It's the start of the week again, and hopefully we're going to kick it off right with talking some glorious rumours that we always do on this channel. Today I've got some massive stuff to talk about with the Old World Cathay is apparently coming, and some of the rumors about models I'm hearing about that is probably going to blow a lot of people away, people who love the Old World game and stuff like that, who are looking forward to a new armor in that game. I want to talk a little bit more about the Horus Heresy, as well as a few more whispers about the Horus Heresy, potentially new box sets in the future, which may give a lot of people hope. Some stuff about Necromunda as well, and of course I want to revisit the 40k rumor about the brand new Death Core of Krieg, because there's so many questions, just like I got so many questions about all the Blood Angel stuff and the Agents of the Imperium. I'm getting so many questions about the Krieg stuff, so hopefully I can sit down and speak a little bit more about that and clear some of those questions up. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. As I always say when I do these videos, please take everything I'm about to say as rumors, not facts. It's all lies. It's from whispers of the... You can't trust chaos, right? It's all whispers from the warp. If you want to believe this, do so at your own risk. But until Games Workshop post it on their official social media sites, then please don't take anything as truth. It's all lies, right? Everything is a lie. So let's, of course, start with the Horus Heresy stuff, because guess what? As you can see, I'm a bit of a Space Marine fan, right? So this is where some of the hype for me is coming from. And I'm hearing that there's going to be plenty of new boxes in regards for the Horus Heresy. There may be a brand new Mechanicum plastic box set. I'm still hearing, you know, back and forth on that one. But what I have heard in terms of Space Marine boxes is that apparently there is going to be a Space Marine box which is going to be themed around Istvan 3, which is pretty cool. Again, I don't know when this is coming. It could be this year, it could be next year, it could be the year after or something like that. I've actually heard a box that is actually designed around the Emperor's Palace as well. Now, I personally think that this is where the new marks of armor are going to feature in. Again, Mark 2, as we've discussed about, Mark 5 in plastic, which we've discussed, and also maybe like Mark 4 as well being thrown in there, because Mark 4 is literally the only Mark now that hasn't been talked about, and we've heard about Mark 2 and Mark 5 through the whispers of the war before, so maybe another Mark slung in there as well. There was something really, really interesting I heard in the waves of the warp as well, the whispers, you know, echoing and bouncing back, is that there was talks of potentially doing a Custody box set for the Horus Heresy, and this Custody box set would be featured around the war that the Custodies were fighting, you know, in the webway and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, again, this is just my thoughts on it. This is not from the whispers or something. Maybe they could introduce new plastic stuff within that box set if it did come true. Maybe we could get like a Telemann Dreadnought in plastic, maybe one of the Dreadnoughts in plastic, maybe some of the 30k Terminator armor that the Custodians had then. Maybe we could potentially get that in plastic. That would be a really, really cool, amazing thing. But the biggest thing out of everything that I've been hearing, and we've spoken about this, you know, a couple of times on stream and stuff like that, and it's more or less was confirmed like when they did Fulgrim, is that Angron is apparently done. The Angron model for 30k is apparently done. I think they're called transfigured during 30k, like Fulgrim transfigured, Angron transfigured, and the whispers from the warp I've heard about this is that apparently this model is massive. It's potentially going to be bigger than the one that we have for 40k. Now, a lot of people are going to ask why they're doing two Angron models, because one for 40k and one for 30k. Primarchs sell, and, you know, if they're going to make Primarchs, why not make two of them? Technically, you can do two of them, one for 40k and one for 30k, like we have Loyalist Primarchs, one for 30k and one for 40k. So the demonic Primarchs are going to be no different. But I'm hearing that Angron's done. I'm not saying that Angron is going to be next, right? I'm not saying that at all. I'm assuming that Angron will be the next demonic Primarch released in the Horus Heresy, if I'm starting to hear whispers about the model's details and how big it is and stuff like that. So very, very exciting times if you're a World Eater fan. I cannot wait to see Angron. He's one of my, well, is my favorite demonic Primarch. All the other ones are all losers, but Angron actually had a sad story how he actually fell to chaos. And jumping from 30k, let's jump over to 40k for a brief mention of Necromunda. Of course, Necromunda Secundus Horus is going to be coming out very, very soon. In that box set, you're going to have like that kind of Van Seer group going against the Gene Stealer mutations, or whatever you want to call them. But I actually heard whispers that potentially that the Necromunda gangs that we have now may be getting a little bit of a refresh, some new designs coming for those gangs that are already out there to keep people playing, to keep people attached to those gangs. So keep on the horizon and keep looking out for that, because if you're a Necromunda player, it's looking like there's a lot of stuff coming for you as well. And it's good, right? I've only heard great things about I've never played it, but I've only heard great things about the Necromunda game. So if all this turns out to be true, then I'm sure you're going to have an absolute wild time. Now, before we finish with the Krieg stuff, let's jump into the Old World stuff, because there's so much stuff to talk about. I'm going to put a little Cathay trailer in the background, because some of the information that I'm going to be talking about, you'll see some glimpses of it taken from the literal Warhammer the Old World game, because that's where most of the designs, I'm being told, are actually based off. So when it comes to Cathay, apparently this is going to be an absolute massive release, because what I'm hearing with their units is apparently they're going to get like infantry, which is going to be consist of like heavy infantry that's going to have options of spears. There's going to be options with infantry with shields and swords. Apparently there's going to be heavy cavalry with spears. There's going to be light infantry with crossbows. One of the HQ options is like a lord on a winged horse. Apparently, there's going to be a huge hot air balloon for Cathay, which sounds absolutely insane. There's going to be a dragon and a lord kit, which again sounds incredible, like a lord on top of a dragon and stuff like that. And of course, all this is going to be in plastic. Oh, I forgot the main thing, the main big thing, which I've heard in the whispers, is that apparently you got to get a terracotta sentinel. I think it's in the trailer or something like that now. Hopefully it's in the background. But something like massive and big. From what I'm being told, again, the Old World stuff in terms of Cathay is literally going to blow people away. Like, if you like that faction, if you look like, if you like the style of it, if you like the vibe of it and stuff like that, you are going to be lifting your jaw off the ground, because apparently it looks absolutely amazing. I don't know when it's coming. For people who got to ask me in the comment section, no idea. It could be this year, it could be next year, it could be the year after. I don't know. I'm just starting to hear whispers about that model range, and it's confirmation that indeed we are going to be getting a new armor coming to the Old World. And just to finish the video off, of course, we have to talk about the most, second-rated gas masks in the Imperium. Armageddon Steel Legion are always the #1 rated gas maskers in the Imperium. What do you want to do? Do you want to fight me? I'll fight you with my gas mask on, okay? Let's talk about the Krieg, because I keep getting so many questions about this. Firstly, I want to start off with release schedules and stuff like that, because this is one of the main questions I'm asked about. Now, initially in the rumorverse, right, from the Whispers of the Warp, I was hearing that the Krieg was supposed to be coming out by the end of this year, 2024. But since then, I've heard that the Krieg now are due to be coming out Q1 2025. So it looks like that this end of year date is not happening. I'm hoping that rumor is wrong and it does come out this year, because I want the Kriegers as much as you guys and stuff like that. I have heard that the Krieg will be launching with a box set, like most of the 40k factions of this edition have launched with a box set. I think GW would be stupid not to do that, because the fan base behind Krieg is absolutely bloody massive. In terms of new units and everything like that, I'm only starting to hear ripples at this moment in time, nothing of like confirmation. What I can say is that it's probably logical if we use our brains. Like, if they do this refresh of Krieg in plastic, which again, as far as I'm aware, is 100% happening. But again, just because I believe it doesn't mean that you have to believe it. You got to get like a plastic command squad, of course. You got to get heavy weapons teams, probably like artillery units and stuff like that for those heavy weapons teams. You probably got to get something like sappers, aka engineers and stuff, probably happening with Krieg. I'll go as far as like when they did the Italian Rough Riders and stuff like that. The way Games Workshop works is that they design all this on CAD, and the reason why they design it all on CAD so they can like take it off like a jigsaw puzzle and start adding things back on. So I think the Italian Rough Riders are the base now for the Death Riders. for the Kriegers. So I can definitely see plastic Death Riders coming to Krieg as well, and to be a part of that main range. Of course, the way that Games Workshop's been going as well with most of their refreshes and stuff like that, you've had upgrade kits. So I'm sure there's going to be like a Krieg upgrade kit, maybe like tank commanders, of course a decal sheet and stuff like that. Maybe things to stick on your Lehman Russ tanks and everything to mark them out that they belong to Krieg. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff apparently happening with Warhammer 40,000. The Krieg stuff, again, it's sounding fantastic. It's sounding amazing. Fingers crossed that it actually does hit all the targets, and everyone who loves Krieg, everyone who collects Krieg is going to have an absolute massive, amazing time when that range does eventually drop. Anyway, Chaprunios, that's enough waffling from me as always. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching this video. Again, if you've got any questions about anything, these rumors, other rumors and stuff like that, post it down below, and in the next rumor video I'll do my best to try and answer them if there's a lot of questions around the same subject and stuff like that. But until then, hopefully you have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. See ya, and bye bye.